Hi. I need to get my steps in, y'all. I need to get my steps in. It's been a while since I've been on this thing trying to get my steps in. Well, let's just try not to do too much at a time. Okay. I've been going live for a few, you know, giving it a few tries recently. And I think I finally figured out what the problem is. I think I need to leave the app open while while it's like rendering. I think that if I do that, then maybe I can save the dang on live. Okay, because the point is I need to have a video saved so that I can clip it up with the credits that I have. Um, that's my current challenge, is using up these credits that are expiring soon. And so y'all gonna get a lot of content, a lot of book content, because, this is me trying and also procrastinating, and me, finally getting down to it and paying for my procrastinating, and getting to it. Oh, I can share my live. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should share my live. But I am excited because in trying to, do this TBR takedown, trying to do this challenge and get these videos out, I looked for a bunch of a bunch of audiobooks that I already have on my shelf, so that I can tandem well, so that I can immersive read the books on my shelf, some of which need to go back to the library, and immersive read them with the audio so that I can get the book done in one day and create a video, which is going to help because I have I have a little less than 50 days to use over 50 hours of credits. So that's what I'm doing. Welcome, if you're interested, and thank you for hopping on. Thank you for your compliments. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you about these books. I found a Jesmyn War audiobook, which I'm excited about that. I have The Man of Many Fathers, which I need to take back to the library, so I'm excited about that. I did not find Decoded, but I found an audiobook about Jay-Z by Michael Eric Dyson. I found The Vanishing Half. I found You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this reading week. And I found that James McBride book that I found at the secondhand store. So yeah, I got a full plate. I definitely have an impossible task that I'm gonna try to, hey, maybe I can churn it out. But yeah, so I just finished this one yesterday. Um, this this was so much better than I even remembered. I got the audiobook on Libby, and it is an anthology of short stories and essays by Black women, about when they discovered black books, when they discovered reading and writing, like, or when they just had these experiences in their lives that led to them being well read. It's just about being a well read it's about being a well read black girl and all these experiences that come along with that aspiration, or that just that experience. It's There's a quote on the book that says, "A brilliant collection of essential American reading, smart, powerful, and complete," by Minjin Lee, author of Pachinko. So that's another book that's on my TBR. But anyway, I'm just now noticing that quote. But I was thinking that this is a really good book for anyone, not just black women, but anyone who is interested in learning more about the black experience, learning more about black literati, and like what this type of woman has seen and what they will see. It's interesting that you asked where do I buy that book, because I'm gonna put a link in the description to this video. So there's a bookshop link that is gonna be in all these videos. And I'm adding books to that every day. But this is Well Read Black Girl by Glory Edom. And it was just so good. It's so nostalgic reading these stories. You know, there's the authors talk about when they discovered authors like Toni Morrison and Zora Neale Hurston, Jamaica Kincaid. Now, when I was young, I read Jamaica Kincaid. And what I remember about Jamaica Kincaid is that Jamaica Kincaid was hard. So I am interested to see what it would be like reading Jamaica Kincaid now as an adult, because as a girl, I was like, man, this is like dense. And I didn't really like it. But I suspect that if I go back and read Jamaica Kincaid, I will be so much more appreciative, because I remember reading Annie John and being like, man, this is not fun. But I was a kid, so you know, like everything was supposed to be fun when you're a kid. So but she's a very important author in our canon. Maya Angelou. Let's see. And then they have these lists. You see all the tabs I made. And I really need to go back and put some more tabs in here. But I was like going through quickly. But these are well-read Black girl selections 2015 to 2018. Okay, I probably didn't think about how hard it was going to be to walk and do this at the same time. Walk and talk. Walk it like I talk it. That has about, and it tells you about all the authors. And I love a book that's full of other books. I mean, yeah. This author talks about what it was like reading only white authors in school, and what that experience was like being like at an all black school reading only white authors, and then finding black authors, finding black women authors, and how that was a that was an experience. This was a really great story because of how she found this book. So I'm not gonna spoil the lady's stories, but as you can imagine, they're just really good stories. And then so many good recommendations. Like this says, need to read. That tab says need to read because I have not read any plays. I have not read, well, let's see. I've read A Raisin in the Sun. A Raisin in the Sun is a play that most people have read in school at some point. But I haven't read any of these other plays, so I tabbed that because I definitely need to look at that and go back and read some plays by Black women. I love plays. I don't know why. It's been so long, and I haven't read any. Oh, the chat disappears. Can I press it? Okay. It says drink iced coffee. No. Thank you for the suggestion, but I drink hot coffee. I'm not a fan of iced coffee. We owe our ancestors to live a good life. That's what I wrote here. This story about tragedy. Representation matters. That's what that tab says. These stories are just amazing. This tab says, this is a message to me. It says, my advice to other young writers: read widely, study other writers, be thoughtful, then go out and do the work of changing the form, finding your own voice, and saying what you need to say. Be fearless and care. Great quote, great advice. These are a list of books. In this essay, there's a list of books for different parts of your life. Number 1 is a book for your Black witch phase. How many people are going through a Black witch phase right now? A book to read when apocalyptic projections of our current state of affairs have got you down. A book to read when someone tries to shame you for enjoying Cardi B. Okay. And let's see. I really, because I was listening to a lot of this, I didn't get to put the tabs. I didn't get to put tabs everywhere I wanted to put tabs, but one day. I feel like this is something that I'm going to read once a year. This is going to be one of those books where I just read it once a year. Check in, how many of the books have I read now? And you know what's going to happen? And there's a list in the back of all the books in this book. So, yeah, I didn't want to, it's so beautiful. I didn't want to write in it, but I'm going to get a pencil or something and mark it up because that was just, it was even better than I thought it was going to be. Even better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so up next, my next project, Decoded by Jay-Z. Let me say that again. Decoded by Jay-Z. And this is a book that has been on my TBR for a very long time. Very long time. Very long time. I have been a Jay-Z fan forever. forever. Since volume one, I'll say that I actually was not a reasonable. I actually was not a reasonable doubt girly. I just didn't. I didn't relate to the message. I didn't relate to the messaging of reasonable doubt, but I probably understand it a lot more once I finish this book. And I don't know, Reasonable Doubt is like his largest or his most popular album, but it definitely gets talked. I feel like it gets talked about a lot more than the others, but that's neither here nor there. I have been a fan of Jay-Z even to this day, and I know that I think this is a good like pick currently because he's in the new. Well, yeah, he's in the zeitgeist right now. He's in the news and people are talking about him, and it just makes me want to finally dive in and get to this book. And yes, there's a lot of discussion about being a billionaire and how he can't possibly be a good person. I'm of a different mindset. I feel like, you know, we should make space for people to be good people. And I understand that, like, some people are going to prove that they're not good people. But I just don't think that that's the case with this person. So, yeah, this is one of those characters that I do, defend. I defend Jay-Z to the ends of the earth. Within reason, I'm not crazy, but I feel like he has made decisions that have shown that he has a good character for a lot of his life. I mean, he makes mistakes just like we all do. But yeah, I think this latest controversy is interesting because it's appeared, well, I don't know about it because I don't really be in people's business like that. Like I said, I'm not a Reasonable Doubt fan, so I consider it not my business. But it's the 25th year anniversary, and Target reached out to him well, I don't know, because I don't be in people's business like that. But he's doing a collaboration with Target to sell Reasonable Doubt, which who even is buying physical media anymore? I should read about it. But people are on him for that. But, he told us that he's not a businessman, he's a businessman. And, it's, it's that mentality that has gotten him to billionaire status, 100%. And I do understand the argument that no billionaires can be good people, or you can't become a billionaire without exploitation. And I tend to agree. Like, I understand that. I agree. But I don't. But this Target collaboration is exploiting, not necessarily a loophole, but an opportunity. It's exploiting the opportunity, maybe exploiting people. But we, as people who say we're not going to Target, all we have to do is not go to Target. Like, it doesn't, just because someone is selling something or in collaboration with Target doesn't mean that people need to turn around and turncoat and all of a sudden start shopping at Target. I don't plan to step foot in a Target. So I'm not, you know, making excuses for them, but I'm also just saying, like, stay out of Target. Stay out of Target. It's going to be, whoever buys this is going to be for whoever buys it. It may not be for you. And, we can have discussion about, the implications and the fallout or the the effects of this type of collaboration, I'm open to discussion. But I'm excited to read this book. I am. I was a little bit more excited yesterday though, because I thought it was more. It's really like an art book. It's actually more like an art book because there is a lot of art, but then when I started reading it, I was like, "Oh, this is a book. This is a book," because there's a lot of text in the beginning in the reading. So we'll see how soon I can get through this. I had planned to read this in tandem along with the audiobook about him, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. I might have to stretch this out over 2 days and just, which makes sense because it's literally 2 books. And this one ain't little. So that's my next goal. That's my next project. I hope you'll continue to follow along. My aim is to talk about, books I'm reading, because I'm not reading popular books. I'm not reading new books. And I'm really trying to delve into what's between the front and back covers. I'm really trying to delve into these books and talk about what's inside them, why you should read them. Maybe I might give opinions about why you shouldn't read them. But I'll try to avoid that for the most part. And yeah, I think that books they require people to slow down and take time. And I think that's part of what's missing. This thing is crickety creaking. I think that we're kind of missing that. We're kind of missing that in the world today. Everything's microwave generation. Everything's fast, and impatience. And I'm not above it. I have issues with patience as well. But when you're reading a book, you have to take your time with it. Especially if you're going to grow from it. So, like I was saying, when I was reading Annie John as a young person, and later Toni Morrison, we read hard books so that we are stretched and extended, and in that is the learning. We read hard books and we grow from it. There was a recent book talkers, book talk, booktube, book socials, drama, lots of drama, which I'm kind of surprised, but I'm kind of not. Not at all. But there was a recent book drama. I guess someone put on Threads like, y'all don't have to use these words, or and the original thread, I don't know if it said that the words are too big or too complicated. I think that it just said that they don't like the words that they're using in the books, and that's valid because as you're reading, you're gonna come across parts of a book that you would have written differently. That's, if that happens over and over again, then maybe you should write a book. But the I kind of forgot where I was going with that. But the controversy was about the words that people choose to to use in their books. So yes, when you're reading hard books, you might come across vocabulary that's hard. And so you just have to pull out your dictionary, look it up, and try again, right? You look up the definition, read the passage a few more times. And if you still don't get it, then make a note. Make a note of something that you don't understand. It's something that you can always come back to. And I know that some people are like, what? I'm not doing all of that. This ain't school. That's fine too. Maybe don't, read that author anymore if you don't like the words that they use. But when I was reading hard books, that was thrilling to read a passage, not understand it, and then look up the word that I didn't understand and then understand it. That's a great feeling. And yeah, when you're reading dense and hard authors, dense and hard books, you're gonna have those little wins, and it builds confidence. Like, these are the type of things that build character and confidence. One of the reasons that Jay-Z has been one of my favorites for so long is because he's a reader. He writes like he's a reader. He always did such unique things with his prose. He used unique words that no one else was using, and I love that. It's why he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. Like, it's why he's one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite rappers, and always has been. It's because he don't use no dumb words. Sometimes you have to look up a word that he used in his song. That to me is amazing, and it's worth it. And you know who else did that? Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was always using a word that people was like, what? And either you're the type of person that's gonna look it up, or you're the type of person that's not. But yeah. So I hope that you will join me. I might not do this again, talking and walking at the same time, because I don't think I was ready. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll just wear some more appropriate clothing next time, because Lord knows I got to get in these steps. I got to get in these books. Might as well do them at the same time. So if you are just tuning in to see if I can read a book a day for a month or two, because I'm not doing it after I'm done with this challenge. Once I'm done with these 57 some hours, I'm not doing this no more. But so if you just want to tune in and watch me fail, do that. Subscribe, click the links in the bios. Well, I don't have a bio, but click the links in the descriptions. And yeah, I'm gonna try to keep all the books in there, so use my links and read these books. Tell me what book you want to see me do next that you've seen. Like, tell me what you think is interesting. Tell me what you think was horrible. Oh, don't read that one, that sucked. Tell me. Because, yeah, the point is to have a discussion about books. That's what I'm trying to do on all these channels. So, happy reading.